Hey guys, welcome to the last final episode of Let's Talk About, the series at the moment that we're doing where we're talking about all the individual teams that are making up the brand new Div 1 for the NLC for the spring split. And the last team that we have to talk about is X7, who are the brand new kids on the block within the Nordic scene, and they are not pulling any punches with this brand new roster that they've put together. Let's talk about the organization for a little bit, and they are relative new faces within the Nordic scene. They've only completed previously in the UKL split before now, and that was in summer, and now they find themselves competing with some of the most established names within the Nordic League of Legends scene. Obviously, taking that step up in competition from the UKL to the top division could leave some organizations feeling a bit maybe overwhelmed, maybe even unprepared. But X7 have hit the ground running, really. They've merged with both Bulldogs from the UK scene and also Absolved, who have been around the Danish scene and even before that, the UK scene for what feels like ages. And they've managed to gain from those mergers some very experienced people that have built their kind of behind the scenes staffing unit, which means that X7 have been able to put together a roster consisting of talent, which means that they'll be able to go straight into competing with the top teams of the league. Let's start off with their top laner, Jaeger, who is the only part of the Absolve roster in which the X7 got the original spot from, who has stayed with the organization after being a part of that Absolved roster that qualified for Div 1 in the calibration. Jaeger might not be a name that you're relatively too familiar with, but this player has also been known as Smithy J, who a lot of you will recognize from the EU LCS days. He's represented organizations like HTK, Schalke, and Gamers 2, who obviously later rebranded into G2, who, if you don't know who G2 are, why have you clicked on a League of Legends video? His best placement in the EU LCS came in 2016 summer, where he played for Giants Gaming and they placed third in the main split and then fifth to sixth in playoffs. Now, let's move to the jungle role, and X7 have imported Haru, who most of you will recognize from playing in the LCK 2020 spring split for Hanwha Life, with also his fellow teammate Tempt, who we were talking about in a bit. But if this doesn't remind you of who Haru is, then maybe his time as a substitute for World's 2017 winning team Samsung Galaxy will. This, however, isn't his only Worlds appearance. He has also appeared in 2018, where he played for Gen G, placing 13th to 16th. Now we'll move to his ex-Hanwha Life teammate Tempt, who most recently has been playing for Mexican organization team A's. He is also someone, along with Haru, who has multiple splits worth of LCK experience under his belt, playing for organizations like BBQ and ESC Ever, with his best result coming in 2019 split for Hanwha Life, placing sixth. Now, dropping down the pecking order into the bot lane of X7, which sees a combination of E Monkey's AD carry Nata, and X LVP winning Vodafone Giants winning support Kasing. As mentioned, Nata has joined X7 off the back of two splits where he represented E Monkeys in the LVP. He placed 8th in spring of 2001 and he placed 10th in the summer of 2001. He's partnering up with another veteran of the League of Legends scene, Kasing, who is no stranger to the Nordic scene after his time spent with BTXL. And he is also another player who is no stranger to competing against the best that Europe has to offer, after his time also competing in the EU LCS, where he finished third in playoffs for Splice in 2018. Obviously, the thing that's kind of running throughout this roster is an obvious amount of experience with each individual. Obviously, combining a bunch of veteran names into what should make one of the top teams in this league. This project, obviously, that X7 have put together and been able to kind of sort out, is obviously one that's very ambitious and is going to be one of the most interesting teams to watch, and see how they develop over the course of this split. And thanks to the guys at X7, obviously, Hyrav, Newts, and Nundo. I have obviously as well, if you haven't seen, I have joined the organization to be able to produce as much content as I can, not only through my own means in this channel and on Twitter, but also for the organization and stuff. So I'm very excited over the coming weeks as the NLC kind of goes on to kind of share with you what sort of stuff that we have going on. Obviously, the team are boot camping in London, so loads of IRL content will be produced, as well as the kind of stuff that you are used to on this YouTube channel. And also we will be doing loads on the X7 Twitter account, as well as maybe establishing an X7 YouTube page with loads of content with the guys from the boot camp, as well as stuff from myself, and also Don Jake, who is also someone who, along with me, is joining the X7 team. So I'm very excited to seeing not only what me and Don Jake can be producing, but also what we can get the guys in the boot camp to be produced. So let me know what you would like to see from them, and also how you expect this roster to kind of fare. Are you excited to see Haru's debut in NLC? Are you looking forward to seeing Kasing's return to the Nordic scene? Let me know what excites you most about this roster, and also where you think this roster will end up. Do you think there'll be an EU Masters contender, or do you think that this roster may struggle to gel together? But yeah, thank you for all of the support throughout this whole entire series. It's been lovely producing some content for the Nordic scene and stuff to kind of get you better informed in the rosters leading up to their start. And I'm very excited for the split to continue and get started. So thank you guys very much from the bottom of my heart. It's been great seeing all of the feedback and all of the interactions. And I'll see you very, very soon.